I should not be here. Don't take this as an apology. I know we women are often labeled as too apologetic. Take this introduction as a non-apology. I shouldn't be here if it was up to the many and gloomy statistics about women in IT. Before I jump onto the topic of statistics, my name is Paola Taylor. I am originally from Spain and I'm a mother of two. Two kids I adore even though they regularly say I'm too Spanish or everything is inappropriate in Spanish. Now bear with me as we travel the desolate landscape of those statistics that pose as a reflection of how hard it is to make it in IT for us women. This data should not surprise you. According to CIO magazine, women make up 47% of all employed adults in the US, but as of 2015, they occupy only 25% of computing roles. Surprising numbers, since the growth of STEM jobs has outpaced the growth of overall employment in the country. Despite national conversations about the lack of diversity in tech, and it looks like they are just conversations, women don't seem to be benefiting from this tech boom. Among diploma earners, 38% of women who major in computer science are working in the field compared to 53% of men. This phenomenon has been termed the leaky pipeline, where women gravitate away from science, technology, engineering, and math at multiple stages from childhood to mid-career. Women are not only underrepresented in STEM, they're also underpaid. Despite the fact that STEM workers significantly earn more than those in non-STEM fields, the gender gap is still wider in STEM occupations than in non-STEM occupations, according to Pew Research Center. Well, at the risk of underplaying these statistics, I am going to say enough of that. In my first language, there is a common saying that can be literally translated as to throw the house out of the figurative window, which in English means more or less to pull all of the stops. When all is lost, you make every and all possible effort to achieve the end result. Here, we are all clear on where we stand. We are women against our statistics. It is my belief that today's marketplace, irrespective of the industry, calls for us to look beyond simply having a specific degree or background and to the great importance of bringing into your role multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary knowledge and experience. A multidisciplinary background offers the benefit of a richer worldview and a combination of subjects that provide flexibility to your career choices. And in this interdisciplinary background opens up the creativity of thinking across the boundaries of several disciplines. For me, the core components of multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary experience are these 5. 1. Critical thinking. Same as it happens with time and experience, your point of view or your ability to consider or accept other points of view increases with the breadth of your background. Think of this as your tolerance for idea increases. 2. Adaptability. You are able to look at your new job or role with a different lens. You can apply less traditional patterns of thinking, making you more adaptable to challenges. This is extremely handy in environments where changes happen often. Hey, look around you. There is no place in the world right now where change is not happening. 3. Communication and literacy. As your work knowledge increases, so does your vocabulary and your ability to adjust your vocabulary to the context. This is like your personal library of jobs. 4. Application of information technology. If you have used technology in a range of different subjects and with different audiences, your ability to display and present with technology increases. You learn to adapt the language of technology with the breadth of your experience. And 5. Creativity is defined as a state of mind in which all of your intelligence are working together. It involves seeing and thinking and innovating. The greater the breadth of your disciplines and experience, the greater the potential for bringing uniqueness and novelty into your role. Needless to say, this also means that irrespective of your background, and precisely thanks to it, you will always benefit from variety. This is like the cereal box area in your supermarket, plenty to choose from. In other words, or in simple words, what all of this means is that while you may be part of the statistics, you're not necessarily the statistics. The well-trodden arguments of being underrepresented, being a guy's world, not being taken seriously, while true, and I believe many of us in this crowd would feel vindicated by them, they can also become a self-fulfilling prophecy. I won't go there because nobody wants me there, and therefore I do not dare to go. The statistics, like big causes, can be fought and won one person at a time. I suppose my advantage is that when I entered the tech world, I never paid much attention to statistics. I knew I wanted to test the water in a new industry and that I was bringing with me a set of skills that I thought would be applicable. There are four, and all of them demonstrate that there is nothing wrong, but rather there is a lot of right with coming from a non-tech background. A multicultural background. The definition of multiculturalism does not exclusively mean coming from a different country, but rather having traveled, being exposed to different languages, reading about different countries, etc. In other words, being more culturally curious. One of the strongest benefits of having a multicultural background is open-mindedness. Multiculturalism breeds tolerance, and everybody knows how important it is to stay tolerant. Another important benefit of multiculturalism is empathy. You tend to understand and read other people's feelings, thoughts, and behaviors better. This positions you very well in an environment where you have to work alongside people with different educational and cultural backgrounds. So I venture to say that is a lot of today's companies in the US. A multidisciplinary education. I have an undergrad in English, history, and a grad degree in translation and interpretation. I had my first job in the localization world. I was a tester, a project manager, a marketing manager with a degree or a certificate from the UW, a director of staffing and managed services. I will leave it there. My point, a breadth of knowledge and a deep curiosity towards learning has given me access to a patchwork of disciplines, the toolkit that is never full and it always getting spruced up. Personal motivation. This is a big one for me. No amount of education can replace a deep sense of belief that you can. This is the gist of my message today, that we can. Personal motivation is something that one learns to nourish, but it starts with a spark. For many of us, it's made of different situations, personal struggles, things that we may need to overcome. Reading about resilience taught me a lot about the Stoics. The Greek Stoics had an exercise called turning the obstacle upside down, which others have paraphrased as teachable moments. The most impressive effect of surviving these teachable moments is that your mind and body learn to recognize most limits are self-imposed. The result is that a sense of can-do has a multiplier effect. Think of this as the positive side of the self-fulfilling prophecy we just spoke about. Because you think you can, you do. System thinking and creative skills. System thinking is the ability to perform problem solving by realizing things are interdependent and interconnected. The best example of this is our general response to many of today's problems, including dealing with the statistics of women in IT. We tend to think about the solution to these statistics in a linear way. Our schools do not teach enough STEM, the culture of the companies needs to change, but problems never exist in isolation. They are always surrounded by other problems, and solutions require interdependent approaches. While I cannot always escape my lateral thinking, understanding the complexity of problems has allowed me to apply a sense of relentless pursuit of continuous improvement of problem areas, including my own. The summary of my LinkedIn account is very much a reflection of my ability to stay motivated and motivating, and the creativity with which I have handled the jobs I have had. The rest is truly a melange of the jobs in different industries where I was trying to form a path for myself. I encourage you to check out your LinkedIn profiles and dig deep into what makes you special. I'm certain there's a lot of special in all of us. It takes time and courage to realize all you have to offer. Perhaps your profile today may not have any connection with IT. I bet it does if you look closely. Did you ever participate in college in a project to build a website? Then you can say you utilize customer interviews to drive requirements and implement a tech solution. Perhaps you have recorded and filed patient data with spreadsheets. Then you can say that you have some experience with Microsoft Excel, QuickBooks, etc. My call to action today is twofold. Hiring managers, you often say your number one goal is to hire someone who can learn and grow. Then immediately following that, you come up with a list of 14 things a person has to have. Can you see the discrepancy? Candidates are more than just a checklist. They are complex human beings with complex backgrounds, often looking for a way to demonstrate that we can adapt. Job seekers transcend the statistics that so hard box you into a situation that does not have to be you. This is not the same as saying to dismiss them, but rather know that these statistics do not define you. They actually give you a reason to throw the house out of the window, to pull out all the stops. Use your network, get creative in your resume and LinkedIn profile, know and state your value. Now, raise the hand if you feel compelled by my call to action. Together, we can master all the strength needed to beat these statistics. I have posted a call to action on my LinkedIn page, so feel free to like it if you support it. Thank you very much for your time today.